guys. So Happy New Year, I guess. Well, kind of not for me. I finished 2013 crying, started 2014 crying. I think it just kind of got a bit overwhelming for me because obviously a lot happened in 2013, and saying goodbye to it. Well, part of me didn't really want to say goodbye to it, but part of me wanted to say, I don't know, good, like, it's hard to kind of word it, if you get what I mean. Obviously, there's part of me that kind of doesn't want to kind of carry on, and then there's part of me that's like, I have to, but I don't know. This eye's gonna start watering in a minute, so if it looks like I'm crying, I'm not. It's whenever I lie down, it just kind of waters. But yeah, like, obviously I found out some, I don't know whether it's good news or bad news, really. Like, almost to the end of 2013. So obviously that kind of put me back a bit. And then obviously, like, I think it was probably like an hour or so before the new year started. Obviously I kind of gathered myself together. When I was at the time with in Cambridge with Alex, because we've tried to kind of be together regardless of what happened, like regardless on New Year's, because it's just our sort of mini tradition. Obviously, apart from coming from 2012 into 2013, which was understandable. So I was kind of down in the bar with him, and I was downstairs maybe an hour, and I just didn't want to celebrate. I think I was just really overwhelmed with everything. So obviously I had a rather stressful start to Christmas. If you guys have followed me on Facebook or anything, you'll know that just trying to get home for Christmas was ridiculous. It was horrible trying to get home. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, like, everyone in England will know that we had really bad weather, and a lot of places were kind of really megally hit, like, as a result of this. And obviously there was a lot of sort, I don't know, foliage or trees and stuff all over the lines. There was a lot of water levels that rose. So just trying to get home was disastrous. It was bad. I left Norwich at 5:30, and only just got into London about 8:15, and I was supposed to be there like almost 7 o'clock, and I was assured that I could get almost pretty much home. So I basically got screwed over, thanks to the whole National Rail side of things. Basically, to kind of tell the whole story from the beginning, I finished work. I managed to finish work early. My boss is really, really understanding. They let me go home. They let me go early so I could get my train and make sure I had a seat so I could get home. And just to kind of double check that everything was kind of going, I went to the little inquiries desk and said, look, I'm trying to get from here to Margate. Please tell me that the trains were all okay. And he went, not really. I said, oh, what do you mean? And he tried to kind of set up a sort of plot for me to get home. it didn't work. He said that like the main part I was supposed to do was Norwich Colchester, then change at Colchester to get on a train that goes to Stratford, and then go from walk over from Stratford to the International, and then get the high speed back to Margate. Obviously, quite a few changes with a lot of luggage. I thought that's fine. There'll probably be no one there. Like, it's Christmas Eve. Obviously, like London, like all the train stations are going to be empty. And as soon as I said this is the route that I've been given, is it still open? He said there are no trains going directly to Margate. I was like, oh, what about Ramsgate? Because obviously that's again like near Margate. And he said, you'd be lucky, but by looks things, no. And I was like, crap, what am I going to do? He said, but if you can get someone, you get to Dover Priory, and obviously Dover is probably around about a half hour, if you're lucky, 45-minute drive from Margate, like on a really clear day. And I thought, right, okay, great, I can get to Dover. Fingers crossed that'll all work out. And got on the train, and I said to the train guard, the conductor guy who was going through the train, and he said, I said, look, I've been given this, but I've got this route. Is this route still open? He said yes, which I'm really, really pissed about. And after he kind of went, I thought something's not right. And I phoned Alex because he was already home, and I said, I have a feeling I'm not going to get home. And he said, what are you talking about? Of course you will. And I said, no, I have a feeling. Check the trains. And while I was on the phone to him, he was checking the trains for me, and he said there aren't any trains coming out of London that I can see. And I was like, are you kidding? I was literally getting hysterical. I was getting stressed. I was getting panicked, because I thought, last thing I want on Christmas Eve is to be stuck in London by myself, not knowing exactly where I'm going. And he passed the phone over to his mum, while I was absolutely hysterical, and she kind of she was like, right, okay, calm down, we're going to sort something out, don't worry, no matter what happens, you will be home for Christmas. So I was kind of still panicking, getting really, really bad, and while I was on the way down to London, I got stuck at Colchester, ironically, but we then found out that someone had either jumped onto the tracks or fell onto the tracks due to the weather, so there was a lot of delays, and regardless of whether those delays kind of weren't there, I doubt I would have made that train to Dover anyway, because when I was on the train, apparently they cancelled everything, so I wasn't made aware of anything. I'm still furious that I wasn't told anything, and the fact that I was kind of stranded in I was almost going to be stranded in London on Christmas, because obviously there was nothing going on Christmas Eve, which I was obviously travelling. There was nothing Christmas Day, obviously, and you'd be lucky if they were running on Boxing Day. So I would have, if it wasn't obviously for Alex's mum, like my mum-in-law, I would probably be stuck in London on Christmas by myself with no money and big old bag of presents, and yeah. And probably everything would have fell through anyway. So she got her dad, who's a cab driver, to kind of see if he could do anything. He got hold of one of his friends who and paid £140 to come all the way up to London to pick me up and drive me home. And I literally, as soon as I got home, I just wanted to cry. I was angry, I was stressed, I was tired, and it literally just all kind of really overwhelmed me with that. And then to kind of top it off, like, I wanted to end the new year like on a good note, but obviously no one kind of wants me to end anything or start anything with a good note. And obviously I've, like, the news I really don't want to kind of go into, but let's just say it's kind of a bit wrong timing, that news. And yeah, so I finished 2013 crying. Started pretty much like 2014 crying. Like, I stayed down and kind of tried to get in this party spirit, but I didn't want to. Let's face it, when you're in one of those moods, you just don't want to do anything. So I was probably downstairs most of an hour, welcomed the new year in, obviously, with Alex. We had a glass of champagne. We obviously did, like, the first kiss. Like, we do it every year because it's my tradition for, like, with him. And within half an hour of seeing it in, I just went back upstairs and I sobbed my heart out. I haven't told him. If he watches this, then he'll know. But yeah, everything just kind of got to me. And my eyes really watering this side. There you go. It does it all the time whenever I lie down. So yeah, I'm hoping you're all having like a better 2014 than I have. I've really kind of almost shouted at people just coming back. Right now I'm actually back home in Norwich, like, if you can already tell. So I'm kind of, in a way, kind of happy about it, but in a way kind of a bit bummed, because it means Christmas is ridiculously quickly over and it's back to work. But lucky enough, it's only like less than 18 months until I graduate and I get to move back home. That's going to be the plan now. I'm going to move back home. I'm going to help, like, as many of my friends that do, like, all their film productions and stuff as much as I can, etc, etc. So sorry to kind of bore you with, like, almost a 13-minute video of me just kind of ranting on about how stressful and crap my Christmas and New Year was. But I'm hoping, like, all your comments and that are going to cheer me up. So tell me, like, the best thing about your Christmas and your New Year was, please. I need to hear something or read something that was awesome. So I love you guys. Obviously a bit late for the whole, like, Happy New Year thing, because obviously it's now technically the second. I'm gonna go to bed. If you didn't understand that, I'm going to bed. I love you guys, and the videos will be back up again soon, I promise. Obviously trying to chill out didn't work. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.